Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, Governor Mills signed the supplemental budget into law today after the legislature overwhelmingly approved the measure last week.
It includes $25 million in state and federal funds for long-term care facilities and another $25 million for Maine hospitals to support their recovery from the pandemic. It also includes $6.5 million for small business insurance relief and $6.6 million to support a 1% cost of living adjustment for Maine state retirees. The budget also authorizes the Maine Commission on Indigent Legal Services to boost the pay rate for attorneys representing poor clients.
In the aftermath of a house fire in Ellsworth yesterday, members of the community are rallying around the family to help them out. Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
Sean Giassi described the moment he rescued his parents from the fire inside their home.
There was so much smoke, and then by the time I grabbed my mom, I couldn't really see.
Ellsworth Fire Chief Scott Gillerot says Giassi's ability to stay calm in that moment was key.
For him to be able to remain calm enough to be able to effect that rescue and get them out of the house says a lot for his abilities.
Giassi's parents were transported to Healthy Acadia's Inspire Recovery Center for temporary housing before the Red Cross was able to relocate them to a motel. Even though the three are displaced, Inspire Recovery Center volunteer Taylor Carney says the three are in very high spirits.
So the older gentleman, he was really sweet. He was really nice. He wasn't too talkative after the situation, but I could tell he was happy to be around people. And then the older woman, she was really sweet. She was really funny. She had jokes the whole time.
As the family goes through these troubling times, the Ellsworth community wants them to know that they have their back.
Our hearts definitely go out to the whole family, and if there's anything that we can do for them, we'll be right here.
Giassi says his family appreciates the outreach and support as they look for a new home.
Just looking for a roof. I just need a place to stay. It's amazing how much you rely on that, where it becomes just the norm, and then you don't have it.
Anyone interested in organizing support for the family should contact Healthy Acadia's Recovery Resource Navigator Tracy Crossman at 207-460-7237. In Ellsworth, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, a local police department is exploring ways to gain the respect and trust of those they serve. Our Devin Dagnall met with officials to learn what steps are being taken.
The City of Waterville's police department is making plans to begin a new community policing program. According to Waterville's mayor, Jay Quello, the project has been in the works for years, and he says he couldn't be more excited that it is now coming to fruition.
We've discussed it over the years, something that we've pushed for, something that we talked about with the police union contract. I want you out of your vehicles. Go play that game of basketball with the kids. Entrench yourself in the community. These are people that you're supposed to be serving and protecting.
Waterville's interim police chief, William Bonney, says the program started as an idea to get officers more engaged in the community and to gain the trust of the people they serve while also reducing the overall crime rate. Chief Bonney hopes the new direction will help community members see the police as a trusted asset rather than cruel enforcers.
Working together with the community and building trust is absolutely essential because we need our community's support to do the job. And so our goal is to work together with the community to solve those problems and issues that we identify.
According to Chief Bonney, all of the officers at Waterville PD, including himself, will enroll in an online community policing program through the University of Maine, Augusta. After completion, officers will receive a community policing certification and, Chief Bonney hopes, a new perspective on policing.
Community policing is really the epitome of protecting and serving because we're working together with the community to find out what they need. What are your needs? How can we meet these needs? And how can we work together to solve the problems that we've identified?
In Waterville, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A new lab in Norridgewock focuses on testing Maine's water for dangerous PFAS chemicals, also known as forever chemicals. Maine Laboratories LLC is the first commercial lab in the state approved to test for PFAS in drinking water. The lab is run by husband and wife team Chris and Katie Richards. The lab's estimated turnaround time for testing samples is 2 weeks or less. That's compared to the 3 to 5 week wait time typically experienced by consumers and state agencies. CEO Katie Richards says their goal is to help the state address the backlog of testing needs that have piled up. For more information on PFAS testing resources, you can visit mainlaboratories.com.
An update now on the potential reopening of the Island Nursing Home in Deer Isle. According to a spokesperson for the facility, the Maine Department of Health and Human Services has issued a conditional license to operate a residential care facility in Deer Isle. The conditional license is due to a laundry list of requirements that still need to be met before the facility can start accepting residents. The board had set a goal to open by July of 2023, but since then they voted not to reopen until $1.5 million was raised to offset 3 years of anticipated losses. The board says that it would be irresponsible to reopen and not have sufficient resources, risking another closure. The board is hoping for financial support from residents as well as seasonal residents of the surrounding communities, along with municipal support to ensure financial stability before the home will reopen. In the meantime, a Buildings and Grounds Committee was established to make some required improvements and maintenance before the home is reopened. If anyone would like to serve on that committee, they can contact Skip Greenlaw for more information.
The cost for higher education continues to rise, but local scholarship donors say the number of scholarship applicants decreases year after year. Our AJ Douglas talked to Brewer High School scholarship donors as we enter a season full of school dances, graduations, and college applications.
Brewer City Councilor Michelle LeBray says that there have not been any applicants for a $1,000 scholarship offered by the Brewer Historical Society in the past 3 years. But it's not the only scholarship being overlooked. Leslie Omart's family has sponsored the David Omart Memorial Scholarship since the 1970s, but he says the days of filtering through applications has turned into a much more narrow search.
The past, I think, 3 years, we've only had 3 applicants per year. As the price of education has gone up, the number of applicants has gone down.
Ohart says his family has a long-standing connection to the city of Brewer, and after the tragic death of his young brother, his father decided to use life insurance funds as well as community donations to create the scholarship.
My entire family are graduates of Brewer High School. So we have a kind of an investment there, a living legacy for my brother.
The Dusty and Ellen Fisher Scholarship is awarded exclusively to Brewer High School graduating seniors who plan to enroll at Eastern Maine Community College. I spoke to the Director of Financial Aid to learn when's the best time to apply for scholarships.
Right now is the time. Maine students have had the opportunity since October of 22 to fill out a FAFSA and to start looking for scholarships.
Financial Aid Director for Eastern Maine Community College, Candace Ward, has almost 40 years of experience helping students navigate through paying for college. She says students and parents should utilize private funds.
There's never enough money. You always think, oh, I have enough. I saved money for college. My parents saved. I'll get some scholarships. Maybe I'll take a loan. It's just never as much money as people anticipate.
Parents or students interested in applying for scholarships can log on to brewerhs.org or visit the school's guidance office. In Brewer, AJ Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, switching gears now, paper mills used to be a huge revenue source for Maine. Now, only 6 pulp and paper mills are still in operation in our state. One of them is the Sappi Somerset Mill in Skowhegan, where the employees are proudly churning out 1 million tons of paper a year. And as Jody Hersey tells us, a lot of that paper is actually being used to replace plastic packaging.
The Sappi Somerset Paper Mill in Skowhegan has 3 paper machines, which for years were used to produce graphics or coated paper found in magazines. Now the company is thinking outside the box and creating paper packaging as an alternative to plastic packaging.
About 5 years ago, we converted the first paper machine to paper packaging. Customers are using paper packaging for cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, that sort of thing.
The company recently announced it is investing $418 million to convert paper machine number 2 to offer the same product.
This investment is very important for the long-term future of the mill.
The Sappi Somerset Mill is also focused on being environmentally friendly on site, which is why the company uses every bit of the hardwood and softwood trees that are transported to the mill. The company says nothing is wasted.
When we bring the logs into the mill, we remove the bark and we burn the bark in our boiler to produce both steam that's used in the paper making process as well as generate our own electricity. Then we chip the tree into small chips that we then turn into pulp, but those chips contain both lignin and fiber. The fiber we use in the paper making process, and every day we're learning something new and trying to figure out how to make the process better.
With a staff of approximately 750 employees producing over 1 million tons of paper a year, there's no shortage of hands to help keep things moving and rolling into the future. In Skowhegan, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A citizens' initiative to get an automotive right-to-repair referendum question on the ballot has been deemed valid by the Secretary of State's office. On January 19th, a group of Maine repair shop owners delivered 83,252 signatures to the Bureau of Corporations, Elections, and Commissions. Those signatures were from voters who support the initiative. The Bureau found 74,686 of those signatures to be valid. A minimum of 67,682 signatures were required. Under current law, many manufacturers must send repair data and maintenance info directly to dealers while withholding it from consumers and independent shops. A right to repair law would open access to that diagnostic information, giving motorists the option to go to the mechanic of their choice or to work on their vehicles themselves without being forced to go to a dealer. The initiative will now be sent to the legislature for consideration. Lawmakers can choose to enact the bill as written or send it forward to a statewide vote as a referendum question in November of 2023.
That's certainly a question that we'll be keeping an eye on. The last few years have seen some really contentious ballot referendums, so it'll be interesting to see how that one evolves, but certainly an interesting issue and one where there's probably a lot of vested interest.
Absolutely, yeah. We definitely heard a lot about it, a lot of chatter around it, and I think it's gaining a lot of momentum as we saw just by the amount of votes that they were able to get.
Yeah.
So definitely a lot of interest for that there.
Indeed. All right, something else we tend to be interested to hear is the weather. And so let's get a first check of our forecast and see what's coming our way weather-wise.
All right, Beth, thank you. Zalke Treacer has been providing top-notch arborist services to the greater Bangor region. Reputation for quality and equipment to customer satisfaction speaks for itself. See for yourself and give us a call today. Let's talk about temperatures. Yeah, back in the 30s today. Remember, yesterday was mid-40s, today mid-30s. This will now set the stage for much colder air getting in here Thursday and Friday, and then we also have some more snowfall on the way. Now, there's going to be a little bit of snowfall out there tonight. Not a lot, just a little. We had increasing clouds out there now. There's a little weak band of snow to the west of us. That's going to push through tonight, and that can easily bring us a ½ inch to an inch of snowfall tonight. Then we'll get a break throughout the day Wednesday, followed by another system across the Great Lakes now. That's moving in our direction. That could bring us a pretty good snowfall for Thursday into Friday. Our forecast, though, for tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, a couple of snow showers out there with low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
All righty, Jeff. Thanks so much.
Yeah, bracing for that second round of snowfall. Tonight should be no problem, though.
Yeah, really no big hiccups expected.
Yep.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. Good news for animal lovers. Avian Haven in Freedom has finished its expansion.
And we'll take you to the fun and games happening at the Somerset Snowfest in Skowhegan. Those stories and more local news after this short break.
This November, you'll vote on a costly scheme to radically change Maine's electric grid. Pine Tree Power would create a quasi-governmental owned utility. It puts partisan politicians in charge of electricity and will cost Mainers $13.5 billion. It will mean higher electric bills, and proponents have no plan to improve reliability or service. Vote no on the costly electric scheme. It's a bad idea for Maine.
Hey, I was hoping you'd be here.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa. I like lunch.
There's a deal for every occasion at McDonald's. Like now, get a crispy chicken sandwich, spicy crispy chicken sandwich, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets. Choose 2 for just $6.
It's not the hats. It's not the spurs. It's not where you grew, what you chew, what you ride, what you drive. It's not how you look. It's how you live. Some say cowboys are a dying breed. We say we've never been more alive. Be badder, be bolder, be braver, be cowboy.
It's an epic new season with weekly themes and a special new twist.
What? Somebody's messing with us.
The Masked Singer, Wednesday on Fox.
You can join Fox 22 and ABC 7 online at foxbangor.com. Be a part of the conversation on Twitter and join our Facebook family at Fox ABC Maine. Follow, like, watch.
Download the new Fox Bangor app from the App Store or Google Play and get your news anytime, anywhere.
Well, there is good news for conservationists and animal welfare advocates. The new expansion at Avian Haven in Freedom is complete. The Bird Rehabilitation Clinic expanded its facility in order to care for more injured birds and turtles that are transported to the nonprofit for care. Avian Haven also built a staff cottage where the nonprofit's newly hired operations director, Lauren Young, can live and work on site. Executive Director Lee Hallett says these new additions give the nonprofit more flexibility.
We'll be able to provide more care and differentiated care. We'll be able to keep, for example, baby birds in a different area, and this can be where injured and ill birds are kept.
Last year, Avian Haven nurtured 3,400 birds and 75 turtles, while thousands of others were healed and released back into the wild.
Meanwhile, the Somerset Snowfest is in full swing in Skowhegan. The annual event is now in its 5th year, bringing communities together to celebrate Maine and support local businesses with free activities like downhill kayaking, an ice hole tournament, and many other winter-themed games. On Tuesday, around 50 Mainers came together to track down a Yeti in the Lake George Regional Park woods. Despite the challenge, organizers say none of the Yeti hunters got cold feet.
This is important just to get kids outside and make sure people know about the recreational opportunities that are right in their backyard. So our program, Skowhegan Outdoors, really aims to provide recreational opportunities. We did find the Yeti 3 times, and he was fast, he was elusive, but we were able to find, oh my God, there's the Yeti.
They certainly found him there. Well, the festival will feature new events every day up until February 26th, wrapping up their 10-day event with a triathlon and kite flying at Lake George. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit somersetsnowfest.org.
Well, a state police trooper is making the rounds on social media after helping an injured animal. On Monday night, Trooper Samuel Lumack was patrolling along Interstate 95 in Fairfield when he came across a motorist that needed assistance. While he was out helping that motorist, he found an injured barred owl in the middle of the interstate. The owl was placed in an animal carrier and taken to the Warden Service headquarters in Sydney. You can see him right there. A state biologist will take a look at the owl and, if needed, transport it to an avian rehabilitation center. We're hoping the owl has a speedy recovery. And don't the two of them look like two peas in a pod? That owl doesn't look at all uncomfortable.
Not at all. They already seem like they've got like a
buds.
long-standing friendship,
Yeah.
right? I'm sure it was happy to be helped out in its time of need.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the officer was just as willing to help too.
You definitely always hear that, animals can sense a good person, a good
Right.
vibe. And I just have to say, he looks incredibly relaxed. He must have known the trooper was there to help
Oh,
him.
yeah. They were vibing for sure.
They were vibing. All right.
All right, well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, we'll have an update on the government and company response to the toxic train derailment in Ohio.
And we'll look back at the legacy of former President Jimmy Carter as he rests in hospice care at his Georgia home. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Oh, that feels so good.
What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
We started Fairway Auto Sales because it was a dream of mine to have my own place. I'd worked for dealerships for over 20 years. My wife Nicole encouraged me to go out on my own. At Fairway, you're going to get an honest transaction from start to finish.
When you come to Fairway Auto Sales, you should expect to be greeted by the owners. We'll take you out on the lot. We're going to look at each vehicle and see which one fits you and your family. We like to say, come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's more than just a tagline. It's the way we do business.
Belanger's Drive-In has been locally owned and operated since 1974 and has always been a staple of the local community. At Belanger's Drive-In, we've gone out of our way to make sure there's something to satisfy every kind of appetite. With more than 85 items on our menu prepared daily with the freshest ingredients. It may be hard to choose, but it's impossible to end up hungry. Located at 84 Main Street in Fairfield, stop in and see us, closed on Mondays. Good luck to the Nokomis Warriors teams from the Farmer's Table in Corinna for breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and desserts made from farm-fresh ingredients. Good luck, Brewer Witches, from Indoor Yard Sale. Electrify Maine wants to congratulate Bangor on a phenomenal basketball season. Electrify Maine, your #1 electrical contractor.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia. Never.
President Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin delivering dueling speeches as the fighting in Ukraine inches closer to the one-year mark. President Biden firing back at the Russian leader after Putin accused the West of starting the war. Fox's Trey Yingst has details from Kyiv.
Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia. Never.
The eyes of the world on Warsaw and President Biden as he delivers remarks to a massive crowd, waving Polish, Ukrainian, and American flags. The speech coming hours after Russian President Vladimir Putin blamed the West for the year-long war in Ukraine.
We are not fighting the Ukrainian people. The people of Ukraine became a hostage of the Kyiv regime and its Western masters.
Biden calling on the autocrat to put a stop to the fighting.
This war is never a necessity. It's a tragedy. President Putin chose this war. Every day the war continues is his choice. He could end the war with a word.
The rebuttal, a rallying cry to NATO allies as he declares unwavering support for Ukraine, with no end to the war in sight.
He thought NATO would fracture and divide. Instead, NATO is more united and more unified than ever.
Ahead of the speech, Biden met with NATO ally Polish President Andrzej Duda, in which he reaffirmed America's commitment to European security and stability.
We have to have a security in Europe. It's that basic, that simple, that consequential.
In his State of the Nation address, Putin denied any wrongdoing for the invasion. He also announced Russia would be suspending the New START treaty, the only remaining nuclear arms agreement with the U.S. NATO officials asking Russia to reconsider.
More nuclear weapons and less arms control makes the world more dangerous.
President Biden is expected to announce more sanctions against Russia later this week. In Kyiv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Meanwhile, the top official from the Environmental Protection Agency was among a group of federal, state, and local officials in East Palestine, Ohio on Tuesday. Their visit comes amid growing criticism over a slow response to the devastation caused by the derailment of a train carrying toxic chemicals. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson now is in East Palestine with the latest.
We believe in science.
More than 2 weeks after that massive train derailment here in East Palestine, the president's EPA chief and Ohio's governor drinking the tap water in an attempt to reassure the public. At a news conference here in town, Michael Regan, joined by the governors of Ohio and Pennsylvania and other officials, announced he will force Norfolk Southern to reimburse the federal government for the cleanup, or the company would pay even more.
Triple the amount. Triple the amount.
In an interview with Fox News, Norfolk Southern says the company's in it for the long haul.
Norfolk Southern is fully committed to helping this community recover, and we aren't going anywhere.
Today, the state of Ohio and HHS opening a new medical assessment clinic here in town, but some residents are still not satisfied.
It's not a clinic, it's a survey. How are your symptoms? How have you been affected?
How are you feeling?
I feel like crap. I've been sick for about a week.
Pressure has been mounting on the president's transportation secretary, who has been trying to shift the blame to the previous administration. But he has promised that when the time is right, he will visit.
When I go, the focus is going to be on action. Look, I was mayor of my hometown for 8 years. We dealt with a lot of disasters, natural and human.
Many residents are asking what happens here 5, 10, or 20 years down the line. Farmers are worried about their crops and who will buy them. Former President Donald Trump visits here tomorrow. In East Palestine, Ohio, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Former President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalind built their life in a small rural Georgia town. His neighbors are now reflecting on what he's meant to that community. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more.
Former President Jimmy Carter is resting at his Georgia home in hospice care, as so many are reflecting on his legacy. Supporters have been making their way to Plains, Georgia to pay their respects to former President Jimmy Carter. It's there where the 39th president has decided to spend his remaining days, with family by his side. The town of about 500 now welcoming people from across the country, looking to tour Carter's boyhood farm and high school.
He was a good president, in my opinion. He did a lot diplomatic work.
Carter and his wife Rosalind have been a fixture in Plains for decades. Locals describe them as being down to earth, often seen riding bikes or taking walks. To many, the former president is more than just a neighbor.
He's just a great American. I've worked closely with him for about 20 years here in Plains, and so I consider him a very dear friend.
Carter served as Georgia's governor and later became president after defeating Gerald Ford in 1976. He served a single term in office, helping to broker a peace deal in the Middle East and advocating for human rights, though some say his biggest contributions are those he made after leaving Washington.
Like Habitat for Humanity, going over and taking care of guinea worm and eradicating that, overseeing elections around the world.
Last year, the former president's nonprofit, the Carter Center, celebrated 40 years of serving people around the world. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Meanwhile, leaders at Habitat for Humanity of Greater Portland say they're thinking about former President Jimmy Carter and also reflecting on his legacy. Carter is one of Habitat for Humanity's biggest and most notable volunteers, working with the organization for decades. He's helped build or fix thousands of homes for those in need, drawing awareness to the organization. And Portland's executive director says they would have never seen the growth they did if not for his work.
It's that ripple effect, right? He has built 4,390 homes with his Carter Work Project, or repaired those homes. That's an astonishing number, but what we can't measure is the intangible impact he's had on so many other affiliates that have been able to do more work because people know that President Carter stands behind this kind of work.
Carter has worked with Habitat for Humanity for more than 35 years, and indeed just such a multifaceted legacy, so many different organizations, so many areas of impact. You know, you want to hear more and more about it in the coming days.
Yeah, and a legacy that will definitely be felt for generations to come.
You hope.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, our full forecast is coming up next, so stay with us.
Noticeably colder out there today, but what happens for us tomorrow? And then some things are on the way, including some more snow and much colder temperatures. No details for you when I come back.
Edey beats third-ranked Purdue against Trace Jackson Davis in Indiana. Fox Primetime Hoops, Saturday at 7:30 Eastern.
Your first car, your first edition, and your first edition. We're here to help with all of life's firsts. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
It is said that the eyes are the windows into the soul, which begs the question, can a window have a soul? At Renewal by Andersen, we think so. When it's a window forged from Fibrix and over 100 years of refined craftsmanship, the essence of who we are transforms into a superior, stunningly beautiful window. So yes, a window can have a soul. For a limited time, take advantage of this great offer. Find out why we are the better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Where do you go when you need a real estate appraisal? Who has the experience that I need? Who can I trust? Maine Val has over 30 years of experience across the state of Maine in providing top-quality real estate appraisal services. Contact us today and speak with one of our many licensed professionals. Maine Val, quality delivered on schedule. Call us today at 207-573-3222. That's 573-3222.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
You've lived quite a life. Now, it's time to live it up. We're here to help you enjoy all you've earned. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
All right, here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Visit our ranch and meet the alpacas, or shop in our store in downtown Belfast. And let's talk about temperatures out there today. Pretty much hanging out in the mid-30s, so colder today compared against this time yesterday. And overall, we have even colder temperatures on the way for the end of the week. It's going to feel like winter around here again, especially Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. For tonight, though, pretty much low temperatures hanging out in the teens, and then not recovering much tomorrow with high temperatures back up near freezing once again. That'll be our warm day, though, for a while tomorrow, and also tomorrow only, really. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, much colder temperatures are on the way, including possibly some single-digit high temperatures. Our snowpack, of course, has taken a hit. Bangor, we're down to 1 inch or so, 6 or 7 in Millinocket. We could use some more snow, and there's definitely some more snowfall in the 5-day forecast. Not really so much tonight, though. Just a quick little dusting of snow tonight. From this system here, it's going to poke through really quickly this evening. That could bring us a quick, probably ½ inch to 1 inch of snowfall tonight. Not a big deal, right? And then behind that, we'll have a nice day for us for tomorrow, followed by increasing clouds late tomorrow night. And then Thursday into Friday, we're talking about some snowfall, and that snowfall could be locally heavy Thursday and Friday from a pretty gigantic storm across the plains and the Midwest, just now getting going. That'll likely bring us a pretty good snowfall Thursday into Friday. And then there is more behind that. So it's still a very active pattern coming in here for this week and as we start March next week. Okay, so going forward, though, lots of clouds out there for a while this evening, and that burst of snow, followed by decreasing clouds tomorrow morning. Here's 10:30 or so, looking at lots of clear skies, so don't forget your sunglasses tomorrow. And then by tomorrow night, we'll have increasing clouds, and then, by Thursday or so, we're talking about that snowfall into the forecast. So for tonight, we're talking about a widespread, maybe 1 inch of snow tonight, and then here comes that synoptic snow, or system snow, that's going to work its way in here later Thursday into Friday, and I stopped this at 6 p.m. on Thursday. We'll get more snow after that, and it could be a pretty good advisory level snowfall around here for Thursday into Friday. Our forecast, though, tonight, though, is scattered snow showers out out there. Again, a dusting, maybe an inch of snow. Look for low temperatures down near 20 with a calm wind after midnight. For tomorrow, all right, so partly cloudy skies, a bit breezy tomorrow. That west wind will gust near 25, making air temperatures in the mid-30s feel much colder tomorrow. And again, tomorrow is the warm day, as we're going to have a cold front come through tomorrow night. And then look what happens here. Your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow 37, 18 for a high on Thursday. Snow likely throughout the afternoon. Friday, a couple of snow showers as well, a high temperature of 19. Low temperatures down near 4 below. We stay pretty cold for Saturday, a cold weekend ahead before we get some more light snow showers in here Sunday with a high temperature of 21. Beth?
So some chilly days coming our way. We will certainly keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, one more day, though, of, I guess, comfortable conditions out there.
Mild.
But, yeah, we'll call it mild.
We'll call it mild.
All right, we'll get ready for Fast Break coming up with Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol. We'll have scores and highlights from today's tournament matchups.
It's the Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event at your all-wheel drive headquarters, giving you, for a short time only, cash-saving deals. Right now, you could get a cash-saving 3.99% financing deal on an all-wheel drive Camry. And every Camry comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and Toyota Safety Sense. Hurry to the Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event for cash-saving deals only at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
ABC7, Fox 22, and Next Home Experience want to send you to see the professional bull riders performing March 10th, 11th, and 12th at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor. Register to win 2 tickets at our website. Come out of the gate hot this year. With selling your home, like riding a bull, the market can be a bumpy ride, but our Next Homies are here to make it as smooth as possible. Get your tickets, get looped, and get sold. With Next Home Experience, your humans over houses realtors.
We begin in the Pendleton Whiskey Buck and Shoot.
Ryan Solo has a lot of intensity.
The kick on this one.
Yeah.
Get to the 8. Come on. All day long.
News doesn't happen in a newsroom, it happens out here in our communities.
It's more than just the headlines, it's stories of regular people doing extraordinary things.
And every morning on Good Morning Maine, we'll bring you those unique stories.
Stories that you won't see anywhere else.
And no matter what your plans are, we'll keep you prepared with a look at your local weather forecast for the day ahead.
Better mornings start right here.
Weekday mornings starting at 6 on Fox 22's Good Morning Maine.
The NASCAR Cup Series takes on the controlled chaos of Fontana. Coverage begins Sunday at 2:30 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome in to Fast Break Tournament Edition, brought to you by Dorsey Furniture and Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Tyler Cruz here with Ryan Sudol. Before we get to our tournament highlights and updates for the day, with the weather coming in this week, especially Thursday, there have been a few changes to the Maine high school basketball tournament schedule. The MPA has canceled all tournament games on Thursday in all 3 sites, Bangor, Augusta, and Portland. That cancellation has both impacted Friday and Saturday's schedule. Friday is going to be a classic. Saturday is going to be a classic regional Saturday. Friday you have the Class C semis, and on Wednesday we have a huge slate of games. We'll get to that later. Friday in Augusta, the Class A North regional finals are still there. Here is tournament member Rick Sinclair on the MPA's decision to move the games.
They're worried about the cleanup on Friday. So instead of playing all the Thursday games on Friday, we took the early game Thursday and moved it to tomorrow and just made tomorrow an 8-game day.
And now with that news out of the way, it's time for some basketball. Some Class C girls and boys quarterfinals wrapping up on Tuesday. Let's take a peek at where we stood heading into this evening. For Class C girls, Penobscot Valley picked up a win against number 7 Sumner, and number 3 Hodgdon picked up a win against Central Aristic. They will face each other in the semifinals. And, well, we're going to the boys now.
In the boys, Dexter and George Stevens advance, waiting on the winners of Calais, Penobscot Valley, Fort Fairfield, and Woodland. Those were all tonight. So that's where we are on Tuesday, just the top of the brackets to play. Let's get over to those highlights now. We'll start with that girls 4-5 matchup. Central Red Devils and Matanuska Glinks going at it. These two split that regular season series. Here's the rubber match. Late first half, Megan House with a nice pass into Caitlin Thornton. That's going to tie the game. We are tied at 19 at the half. Fourth quarter we go. Central's Riley Speed, the lone senior, gets the off-balance shot to fall. Tough one there. Devils up 8 with minutes left, but the Lynx would mount a comeback. House splits the defense here, gets it in off the glass. That ties it at 43 with just over 30 seconds to play. And then Central's Chloe Daigle was fouled on an offensive rebound. This one was for the game. She got it. Her only point brings Central the thrilling 44-43 win.
It's amazing. They worked so hard. I'm glad I could put that into play and have it pay off and win the game for us.
Now to the other girls, C North quarterfinal, number 8 Fort Kent against number 1 Dexter. Final seconds of the third. Abilene Corson goes inside, dumps it into Hannah Dean, who floats it up and in. Tigers up big after 3. Fourth quarter, Callie Gaudreau on the drive. Can't hit the lay-in, but Maisie Peach says, "Give me that," puts it back up. And that one goes down. Later on, Fort Kent still down big, but Lily Oliver gets it over to Lily Wernken, and she gets the corner 3 with the shooter's roll. Finally, under a minute left, off a missed free throw. There's a scrum underneath the net, but Dexter's Lily Bagley comes up with it and lays it in. Dexter wins huge, 47-27.
We were really nervous, so we had to slow it down, play like we would if we were on our home wood, and just take care of the ball a little more. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, first boys C North quarterfinal of the day. Number 4 Fort Fairfield going up against number 5 Woodland. Let's start the second quarter. Blake Senel tries to drive, kicks it to his brother Brett. Money from long range. Later on, Ethan Monk, the 1,000-point scorer for Woodland, brings it past half all the way himself into the lane. He pulls up from 12 and he scores, tied at 22 at the half. To the third quarter we go now. Woodland would go on a little run. Here's Reese Sabatis going from baseline to baseline for another lay-in. Woodland up 7 after 3, but in the fourth, the Tigers would come back. 16 seconds to go, down 1. Micah Daigle against the D, gets the lay-in to fall. That gives them the lead, and they would hang on. Fort Fairfield wins a thriller, 52-50.
I was kind of just doing what I usually do. I don't mean to sound cocky by that, but I saw the ball come down, and I just wanted to go in the hoop. That's all. Just a lot of focus.
Doesn't sound cocky after a game win.
Yeah, exactly. Final matchup of the night. Short night, yes. Number 1 Calais against number 8 PVHS. First quarter, Devils start on a run. Jacob Sockerbasin to Ellen Gillespie. Back to Sockerbasin. He finished it off.
Ball movement.
Final seconds of the quarter. Isaac Dorr to Caleb Moon in the corner. How about drilling the 3 at the horn? Calais up 7 after 1, though. Second quarter, Sockerbasin into Jeremy Turner. Gets the shot up in and the harm. Finally, here's Calais' Jace Hook. He's gonna Jace Cook. Sorry, he hooks up with the basket here on this pull-up jumper. Calais would hold the lead and win 46-36. So let's check those semifinal matchups now. These again on Friday, originally scheduled for Thursday. Number 1 Calais will face Fort Fairfield, the 4 seed. Number 3 Dexter will face Fort Kent, the 2 seed.
And now let's see those C girls brackets updated now. Dexter and Central will meet at the top. That's a heavyweight matchup right there. And under that, Hodgdon and Penobscot Valley, also a heavyweight matchup. Winner gets to the Class D regional finals. Coming up next, we are back with some X's and O's on a few of those semifinals matchups that are coming up this week. Don't go anywhere. You are not going to want to miss it.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care in Brewer is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you. Apply today.
Let's celebrate winter by spending the day outdoors. Join us at Hirundo Wildlife Refuge for our Winter Fun Day, Saturday, March 4th from 10 till 2 for a day of activities you won't want to miss, including ice sculpting and the popular ice fishing with Hooked On Fishing program. Have you ever wanted to enter a biathlon or try your hand at curling or snowshoeing? Now is your chance. Enjoy food and drink while visiting activity booths. Learn more about nature and some of the signs of the season. For tickets and more information, go to hirundomaine.org. Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Ansley Moore, a realtor since 2013, working throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
Hey everybody, welcome back into Friday Night Fast Break. Actually, it's Tuesday Night Fast Break. Tyler Cruz and Adam Robinson are standing by, waiting to do a little X's and O's breakdown of some of the upcoming semifinal matchups this week. Take it away, guys.
All right, hello. Tyler Cruz here with a familiar face, Adam Robinson of the Bangor Daily News, here to help us break down and preview some of these semifinal matchups. Now that the quarters are all done, Adam, how's the tournament been treating you so far? First one in Bangor.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. The atmosphere is everything that people promised. A lot of close games, some upsets, and just been having a blast.
Yeah, it definitely has been a blast. So we got semifinals coming up,
yeah.
Class B tomorrow. So we'll start with a Class B North boys semi between Old Town and Ellsworth. Adam, you noticed some things when looking over some footage there for Ellsworth.
Yeah, when you look at Ellsworth, it's really just it all starts with Chance Mercier right there, number 3. We have him coming down here on a fast break. It's hard to defend him. He can go right up to the hoop, and he scores right there. Here, ball goes into the middle, and you have 3 guys looking right here.
They all take a step. You can't see the arrow, but the zone just shifts to the left.
Yeah.
And that's just going to leave him wide open on that X right there.
Right.
And we'll play that clip and see where that happens up. And easy 3-pointer.
Boom. Perfect. Yeah, and it's hard here. Playing center field, finds him on the fast break. Easy does it. They have so many different scoring options.
They are good. I mean, they can run up the score. They can defend really well. Let's look at it here on the trap. Oh, they break the trap. That's a great play right there for Ellsworth. An easy 2-pointer there. Let's go to who they're playing. Old Town, number 4. That was probably one of their closest games of the regular season. They do a lot of things well. It all starts with spacing and shooting to me. I mean, here they are. Carson Ellis is going to get it on the break. He's got 2 trailers behind him and some empty space in the lane. He's actually got someone here on the weak side. So he can pick and choose his weapons. It's a 3-on-1. Gets it to Emmett Byther. Pops the jumper. That's good right there. And then here they are. This is the same exact game. It's Carson Ellis again on the break. 3 defenders on him looking his way. He's got 2 offensive players off the screen. One's on the baseline and one's at the elbow. It's going to go quick pass to the corner and then an even quicker pass out there. Wide open 3. So you really can't cheat on Old Town. They hit the 3 so well. Here it is again against John Baps, Grayson Tebow. He draws the extra defender there. That's going to leave some wide open space right where my hand is. Gabe Gifford is going to fill that space. And I'm going to back off the screen and we'll see how that one plays out.
Yeah, I know, like you said, Old Town was the closest game with Ellsworth. They lost by 2. Ellsworth undefeated, but they gave them the run for their money.
Yeah, and I mean, talking to Ellsworth this week after some of those games, they say defense is really going to be key against Old Town. You can't let their shooters get open space like they did right there. I wouldn't be shocked if they went man, tried to stick to the shooters like glue. You have to go over your screens. You can't really go under them when you play Old Town because they have so many shooters. Let's look at an exciting Class C girls semifinal matchup here. 2 powerhouses, Penobscot Valley and Hodgdon. Adam, take it away with Hodgdon.
Yeah, Hodgdon, just similar to Ellsworth, it all starts with 1 player, and that's Anna Oliver right there, number 32. We have a pass here from 2022 last year. Look at this, left hand sees the person right under the hoop. Look at this laser beam to
she's
her.
So good. And the vision is so well. She's basically got a defender right in her face.
Yeah.
It's almost a no-look pass with her left hand.
It really is. She knew where that person was. Here she is. She drives. And this number 2 defender has so much to decide on what they have to do because she can pull up right there. She can drive and she can dish. She goes up with the little floater, and of course
she
it's
scares you with the passing a little bit there, and then that opens it up. Here she is. She's being face guarded all game by Isabel Pryor on Central Aroostook. So what does she do? She doesn't hesitate. She knows she has to pass. That's what's going to bring her team the win. Gets it to Megan Peters immediately. This is what I noticed there. She draws the double team, no hesitation, and let's see how that one plays out. You got easy 2 right there as Lexi Ratcliffe fills the empty space. And Penobscot Valley, they are pretty good too. Let's just watch this in real time here. Nope, we'll go right to Penobscot Valley. I like to call them havoc creators. Let's back up the screen here because we really need to see the full thing. Here's just a quick full court press, a trap right there, and that's going to result in a turnover and an easy 2 points. This was against PCHS earlier in the year. They also can do it on offense. They can get out and run too. This is textbook fast break right there. I think there was one dribble on that, Adam.
Right.
That's how you score fast. And in the tournament where there's not a lot of points, you need to score. But this is what's most impressive. Right here on the fast break, she's trying to go baseline in that open space where you are, but she's going to get met with a defender right away. As soon as she turns the corner, another trap, forces an errant pass, and a turnover. This is, I think, the very next possession here for Penobscot Valley. They're just so long and lanky. Look at all the havoc they cause on defense. Would you be comfortable playing offense against this team?
Absolutely not. Their starting 5 is all the same size, and they're so quick. They're quick to double and quick into passing lanes.
They're everywhere. Call them Brady King. And here they are on offense, too. They're another team that you really can't slip up on defense. They draw the extra defender there. There's open space right there. And we play the clip. I think you know what's going to happen by now. You can't leave open space to these teams that can shoot. That's Riley Moulton.
Too easy.
Easy 3-point bucket right there.
Right.
All right, this isn't going to be the first time we are here for X's and O's. You'll be back later in this week wrapping up our previewing some of the Class A North finals when we get those matchups set.
Right.
Adam, this was a blast. Thanks for coming on. We have plenty of more fast break after this. Ryan, this one's coming back to you.
Yeah, I was rolling prompter for that. It was kind of hard to follow a little bit. We'll be right back right after this.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Whether you're hurt by a box truck or by any commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Come out on top. Call the Twos.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
Good luck to the Nokomis Warriors teams from the Farmer's Table in Corinna for breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and desserts made from farm-fresh ingredients. Good luck, Brewer Witches from Indoor Yard Sale. Electrify Maine wants to congratulate Bangor on a phenomenal basketball season. Electrify Maine, your #1 electrical contractor.
I never get the flu.
My kids don't need more shots.
I don't have time.
We're all healthy.
No matter how you build your excuses, the flu can blow your house down.
I can't believe I used up all my sick time.
I missed a week of school during finals.
Now my baby has it because of me.
The hospital?
Keep your foundation strong. Vaccinate.
This is the USFL. Dragons, USDA Prime Time Football. Accept no substitutes.
Welcome back into Fast Break Tournament Edition, presented by Coastal Auto Parts and Dorsey Furniture. Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol here.
Yeah, lots of exciting action at the Cross Center today, but only one play can stand out as our You Gotta See This. Let's roll the clip. This is one of 2 game winners today in the Class C quarterfinals with under 20 seconds to play. Tigers down 1 here. Fort Fairfield. Micah Daigle against the D gets the lay-in to fall, and they would go on to beat Woodland. The 4 seed beats the 5 seed. Let's see this again. They were, again, down 1, needed to make this shot in order to win the game, essentially, and he knocks it down. 52-50 was the final. They win it, and that's the You Gotta See This for this edition of Fast Break.
Pretty great shot like there. We saw a couple clutch genes today with the free throw, both Daigles.
Yes, and yes, oh my gosh, I just realized that. And also, you mentioned to me this morning that the average margin of victory for Bangor
20-something.
20-something points. We had 2 fantastic
Two
games
very
today,
good games today.
including a close game that was the nightcap last night between.
Yeah, so we've had a stretch of some good games here. Let's hope it continues into tomorrow with all the chaos on the cancellation. Let's take a look at what we have going on Wednesday for the Cross Center and for Augusta, starting with Augusta, Lawrence, and Coney girls at 3:30. Gardner versus Nokomis at 5. We're not going to be able to roll the Bangor clip. Skowhegan versus Meso boys at 7:30. Brewer versus Coney boys at 9 p.m. So that's your regional semifinal schedule in A North. Same day, same location. Times have just been pushed up a little bit.
Yes.
They also got pushed up on Friday. Tomorrow is a very busy day at the Cross Center, too. That starts at 9 a.m. with Ellsworth and Caribou girls. And that will be all one slate tapped off with that Ellsworth and Old Town boys game that we just previewed.
And tomorrow we are going to have 14 games for you guys.
That is true. We'll also have those AA semifinals for you, but that's tomorrow. That's all for tonight. We hope you guys have a great rest of the evening. We'll be back here with all of those highlights tomorrow and at 11 for Fast Break Extended. See you back here tomorrow night.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC 7.
I've been loving you.